Hi, this is in a video about an illustration of image of um, my new book. Um, Last time I made another book you could find in YouTube again, and this is a book of an illustration like the precedent book. It was talking about um, it was talking about life, and it was talking about different possibilities and histories, and it was very very useful and very good understanding. And in this video I want to share the same, and I want to explain how possible still the illustration emerged, and it very expressive. And for this possibility, I would like to introduce another book, another new book about constant. Um, you know, when we say we love, and even when we say we live, or even when we say we are in something or work or many kind of things what we can and what we could found in our life, and that means it have to be because we right, and we have right to steal it and to even live it. And that's why I mind and I found a reflection of a possibility to advise and to recognize how illustration images could be an intention and an emotional passion for them, for people who will share this video. Because you will see me, you will hear me, you will see an emotions, and you will feel it, and you will understand how funny and how deep is my explains. And in that way, I would like to understand and to get understood, because it's so nice to be an author and and to be to be something what you can see, and you can even um, and what you can even get from inspiration and kind of things like that. And that's why I mind this book, and I already write it in French. It's possible to find it in French in YouTube, and I'm in project to put it. And those books I read before still on YouTube too, and it will help that people could find the possibility to see a new way and a new illustration of a new possibility of new authors, and a way to be, and even to still in a way that important is an author. It's very important to advise how possibility and how work, and recognize it work for everyone, no matter. And this is a way. And right now, I want you to follow and um, to get an emotion and to get intention about this sharing and what we are for the book, and different level. You will show and see, and even so how possibility could be, and still it will be advised, has an emotions, and has a part of my feeling, and the way I will explain, and the way you could understand, because it is still something what you can understand sometimes from reading a book, sometimes reading um, a write letters and it will be a little bit complicated because you will not find a way to see another in that mind. You will be in imagination and it's not so real, but it is still important because it's not a feeling. But in this one, it's still something new, something what can be recognized and what can be even very nice and very powerfully, because it's still a way to keep on from that day and from, I don't know, maybe for future, to get understand how would be another, and the way he saw a possibility to be understood. Has he worked? Has he feel that says, and the way he say it even. And that's the way I'm trying to work. And right now, this book name is Constance, and the way I will explain it will be to understand and to get patient and very attention way to take. And he is right now. And the possibility of life is different level and different possibility. Because in our life, we got this way, we got this says, we got this even possibility to advise and to keep go on. Because when you say the possibility of life still what you are minding for, or still what you are stealing for, you are in a way to say that it could be a truth. No matter what you will say, but sometime in your heart you will advise something what will be real. In that case, in that minding, is in a truth of life. You could understand how so deep is a possibility to be constant. No matter what you will say, you will be right. If the right possibility in your mind still is in your way, and it's still what you will say. Sometimes they should say that they don't understand, or they still in that way, um, and they still don't understand how possibility could be. But what we, as a philosophy, we say things is a way we explain how funny fair would be to say that things are. And we wouldn't say that it happened, and we wouldn't keep it happiness. We just say that the way things would be in our way and in a way it could happen. Show a way like you can understand. Because in no way you will mind a way to shine up. Because it is different level and different shine. And sometimes has a minding of anyone, has a possibility, and has, like you said, you will find a way to say something. And no way and no possibility will be without another's understanding. If you find a way and even shine, this is in a way and is in a feeling and emotion what you will say. If you say that things are, and it should be. But if you say that things will, maybe it will not. For what you guess and for what it should be and for what even it can be understood. In the minding of a human, it could be a possibility, but that's where isn't constantly, because for constant and constancy alone, and to say that you will be constant as a way you will shine, it will be. And could we understand how possibility could be? Because constance as a way is a shining of more passions and the virtues of the possibility. If you show in art doors, it have to be something what you will do. But you will have to be passionately and so deep and very powerful because you will have right to say something, but never maybe it will be minded. Because if you keep it in your mind, you will say something and you will not be at the moment on this right to say right. How it will be so difficult is the way to understand and even to advise a possibility to say yes. Because it is something what is powerfully and so extremely not be understood. Without it, you will be something. With it, it is what you will be. But in that, you will guess for shine and for the days and the moment to advise what will be. And no way. To say that shining could be without working. And if you say that it will be working, it will be, it will be what you will want and even what you will advise. They say things are hard, things so hard, and you will understand and you will say that it is. But if still, and it will not be what you are saying, it will never be the minding of your heart and what you hear from people. If you shine a day and shine another day, you will wait all the day to be shining. But it isn't true because you don't know if it will happen. That's the way to say that sometimes it is, sometimes it is not. But how to keep it on? Is this constant we are in, and that there is a possibility to shine on for a moment indefinitely. And this is what we are talking about here. Because in this book is to understand the possibility to be and the possibility to shine without to lose in the moment or to even lose the possibility to act in a time. And when you say to act in a time, is a reality of a possibility to be on time. And no matter how it is, it will not be without what you will guess. And sometimes it is something what you will understand, but you will not say no. If you say right and say another day that is it is possible, and you will say, and even you will advise in the possibility to say right, then it will not. I said it is something what you win. Because unshine and many time and possibility will be constantly and will be understood as a way you will say this is in a moment and it says what you will keep on. It will not be what you don't have. And no whether you will say no. But people will shine on. People will say right and people will be on. But for what you are saying, and even if you say yes, it will be in your mind. Because those minding will be a truthfully and a moment you will shine on. But never will be. But how you will understand, and could you say no at a moment and say yes, it will happen. This is the possibility of life. And this you will not be without it. And no possibility else. Because it's the way to shine and to say yes. If you are happy, this means that you are still in this way to be happy. And this is the way to be happy, and without to say that you are guessing something what will never happen and even will be something. I said a shining is in truth without to say that it will happen and even it will shine without something else. Because I minded it, I mind away. I said truthfully you will say that things are going to be and going to happen. And really you will not say the contrary or even to advise another way to say that you are not. For we, different possibility, we are Europeans, and we used to say that this is a different possibility to say that we are European, and we can understand and even say that things are. Um, Normally, Europeans, we are a little bit older than Americans. They have a different possibility to see how things will be because they are so young, and we are older than Europeans. we are in different minding, and we are in different possibility, because we already get to know how fair is difficulty, and how it is they went, and they went at the moment, and they was shining, and they found a way. But truthfully, they didn't found the rest of the possibility, because if you found a way, then you will be constant. You understand? USA is all then not even more than 2 cycles, you see. Then this means that they're still in something. We are not talking about 2 cycles. We are talking about more than 1,000 or 2,000, from there until 5,000 years. If you are up to the sky, then you know what we are doing. And this means um, we are in this possibility, and in a possibility to act at the time. And this is so powerfully, because sometimes we get to understand and to explain how we will shine, and how we will be constant. This is very important, because uh, in that possibility it have to be truthfully, and advice, and truthfully, and a possibility to say right. You couldn't say it as a way, because it will not happen. And sometimes it have to be, because you will have to say it as it is, and you will not shine in a day and say that this is not, and maybe it will be or not. No, you will not do that, because we don't have a possibility better than the right way, and a good sense, we say. And this is a believer's way, and different ways. Surely it should be something what you have in your mind, to say that it couldn't be, and even to not have to shine right. And we know how we shine every day. And that's why I said USA still, and in that infantry um, ways. We are European, we are so sage. You understand? We keep the possibility sagely, and uh, they are in this churching possibility. We are already in a resolution is so different, and that's the way we do. And normally, if you get to understand how possibility is, you should found a way to say it, to share it even. And this is a way to say that sometimes is it an intelligent way to say that the possibility could be minded, and even could be even verified. That's the way to say that, yeah, we are not so difficult to be understood. And this is how we shine, and how we are on a possibility, and the resolution of a possibility. uh, if you say that things are, then things will be. Then if you mind it even, it will be in a realization even. And this, um, it is on time, because we trust in and on time. This have to be understood, and this have to be particularly taken, and be so at us a moment. Because if we say that we are in something, we're still in that way to go. We can definite a time and say no. We have to be on that right way, and even to advise it right, and to not say no. Because you will never find a way to say right. If you could guess and say right, you will mind and say that this is a possibility to say right. And no way, because you will not find a way to say that. And you will shine, and shine explaining, and so different way to say that. and no way, and even inconsciously, uh, you will say that things happen and things will be, but it will not happen. That minding is different level and different says, because you know how it is and how it should be. You can found different level to say that it is not true. If you say that you mind things and you still understand how things will be, then you should say and even keep it right. Because sometimes it's in our mind to say and to found a way. This don't mean that you are on that way. This means that you will know how to say it right. And this is the way I want, and even I'm sure that this will be understood because I want it to be understood. If you differently say that you mind things and you get to know things and the way you say things, this means that you get to know how things will be. And no matter how you shine on, and no matter how you say that, and this means that you are still on that powerfully says. And sometimes they say that mind things and say things is not possibility. It will be differently says, and it will be minded as you can, and even sometimes you will not. Because I get to know that sometimes is in a resolution and realization you will understand and found a way to say it. Because you could have found a way and say right too. And if you said it right, you will understand how possibility is. Sometimes you will shine right, sometimes you will advise and arrive to say something because you are on this possibility and on this resolution. The realization of life is so difficult because you will not find a way to solve it. If you say right, then the right is possible and even you will keep it right. This is not so fast to be understood. How long you will find a way and how long you will say something right. This is the way to say things. Because you will not mind and even say how far is things. If you say that things will happen and even you will say things and it will be, that mean you will know how to say things. In our way, we have this different possibility to say that is in our mind and it is in our gazing, and sometimes that we can say right to what we are doing, but it's not possible. If you say that possible is what you are doing for, this mind that you are doing wrong. How you will understand a possibility to be realized as a things you got. I didn't say that it's right to say things because sometimes you will say it, but it will not be. This is how you will mind things and how you will say things. And no matter how you believe it, this have to be from your heart. And this have to be what you are going for and what you will advise as a possibility and say that this is right. You will never say wrong or how people will be wronged and say that this is possible and this is not, and this will be an advice, and even to say that these things, because it's the mind of a possibility. It's a minding of a possibility. It's a possibility to act and to say right. And no matter the way you think it, it have to be. And no way, and even to shine and to say that it is right, you will arrive to say something. But the way you will make a mistake and found a mistake is the way you will advise things. If you say things have to be without to get a possibility to advise at time, then you will give the possibility wrong. And this is not what we are trying for here. Here we are trying for what will be constant. If we say that it will be constant, it have to be minded. And no matter how possibility is in our minding, is in our possibility to speak. We say that sometimes we are doing, we are going, we are funny, we are like this, like that, but it have to be right. It is a right or no way to say that you are shining for something what will not be, and even to be, or that casing. This is not, and no funny way to define life if you don't have right. Because sometimes they say, is in your mind to say that you will trust, and even to find a way to say that these things is is or is not, and even you will advise how things will be. Because to shine and to say right is differently, uh, a possibility, and even to say not, as it is right for someone and it is right for some people, and it is so good to understand and to say right. You will never find the possibility to say right if you don't find the possibility to include in your life and to say that you are not in. When they shine and they say that they are in right, to explain how possibility could be, and then they show that the possibility would and will be. But there were people lost, and were there where they still say that things will be without get any possibility to be understood. This have to be an emotion of people and a way they say it, because there wasn't in true, there wasn't um, in that way to say that things are. Because if you believe in things, then you will say that things are right, and you will not just advise things as the way it should be, or even as the way you explain things. This is not in our minding. This is not in our possibility to advise. We get to know that sometimes people, they want it, and they even uh, share and go as a way it have to be possible. This is not what we are doing for and what we are here for. This have to be what would be constant. This is the way we want it, constant. If you saw and you see how constant it have to be, yeah, it have to be constantly. For this one, we have to be surely and more easily for what we are shown. We don't have to see something what we don't say. We don't have to mind what we don't see. And in our see, and in this possibility to say that we see, we have to say that is right. And no way you will not shine in another way. Because it is and a believing goes. And you will not say it how you say. For why? Is for what you are, for what you say, and even for what you are keeping for. Somehow they used to say differently, this have to. And this happened for what they say. They can't say that it's true. But whatever you will found it so funny and so extremely expressive. Um it is the possibility, and even you will advise that these things exist. Cause it's not. Cause it should not for what we trust for. And even if we say this will happen, then that means this will happen, but we don't have a possibility to say it. And how this will happen. This is the way we know how to do things. But don't say that you know how things will happen, and you will not realize things in the right way. If you say, yeah, it will be and it have to happen. But how you will say it, this is the way we are trying for. No, isn't so fast to say that you are going, and to say that you are keeping it, and even explain it how it will be. Sometimes we advise that things have to be, and it have to happen, it have to be shared, it have to be even explained for what we get to know. But in that minding, what we are, this is the question. In that minding, what we are going for, this is the possibility. In that goes what we are saying for. You want or you don't want. You steal or you don't steal. You keep it or you don't keep it. This is the way to say right. Because it shouldn't be truth for what we get to know. And it have to be right. Because right and powerfully we will say that we still in that cause. It have to be right. And this is what we are working for, like every day and like every time and any time. And this is how it should be. For what I get to know, for what I should explain. Um you couldn't give any possibility without that. If you get to know, then you will advise and say, yeah, it's still. There were people used to lost and say that that is not in lasting and even a way to go and to shine in another way or better than the way they act for is their way they used to lost the way. And this don't mean to lost the way to have any possibility or even to act with the possibility to be attacked. That way, if you got and said it has the way you believe it. And in a way, you will have to trust in yourself. And the way you will found and shine in a day is the way you will understand yourself. You will not advise in a moment what you will trust. If you say, I trust in what I trust, that means you trust in what you are going for. And no matter has a way you will trust, but it is a possibility. And acting of possibility, you will trust. When you say this right, you will have a moment to say right. And when you are not in this right way, you will not arrive to explain. This have to be for sure and have to be shared. You couldn't say right for what it is. You couldn't found it right for what it have to be. It really have to be right. And this is how they say things. Because if you say, am I in the day and I shine another day, you will not found the day to say it. And how you will be powerfully and say that this is in a trusting way, this is in a way to explain how fun it is. You will be in a possibility to advise something. To say that these things is in your mind. And how would you be in that constantly way? You couldn't be right. You couldn't even find it right because it is not what you are doing for. And this is not here our exploring way to say things we want, and we went to say things as it is and not to immediately um, give a negation of that way to be in this right. This is a possibility of an illustration of us in that time. We can't do it in another way. This is not a way. And it is so powerfully and so evidently, if we say an identity moment of saying that it should be, that way should be something what we do and all what we are doing. You see how we can and how we can't. Is this what we want and this what we don't want? I still say that we are going for something and that we don't want this, that we even don't share it. But don't keep yourself in what you don't want. Don't even give yourself for what you will not. Because if not, you will lost. If the minding of life, if to keep it in the life is, you will understand and see that is right. And no matter, you will find a way to shine. And this book, still what we are saying for, and still what we are doing for. We are believing in says, and even we are acting and explaining how says will be. Because you will not mind what you don't have. You will not even shine in what you are trying for and what will not be. Because as a way, sometimes it's still something what you want. But you will try and it will not be. You will understand and it will never be. If you say you want to do this, you want to shine with this, you want to even advise something what you don't have, this will mind and say that you don't know how to do. It is still what you will say if you don't understand, and even if you still and say what you will not. Because in the minding of in these different goals and differences, you have a possibility. You will not find a way. You will not say that you get to know something what you are not trusting with and even for. This is in a way to trust. This is in a way to advise. This is in a way to even say that things have to be. Because if you say that things will be or things will have to be and it will be satisfied and it will be sure that it's still. And this have to be. Because in our mind and in these different cells, we are something differently. And how could you say no and even say yes if you don't mind and say that it have to be? Because it happens sometime that we still in that go and that different possibility. Say that you trust something and say that even you get to know something without even to trust it. That minding is very differently and it is very powerfully. If you say that you are stealing in something and you're explaining how it should be, then you have a way to say it. But let me tell you, sometime it should not be. What I get to know, I mean the sign of shining and without to explain something. But in the minding of, it should be what we have in our heart. If you say yes, you will arrive to say yes. If you say no, you will have a possibility to say more than what you trust. Look at how you find and shine for. If you shine for something, this means you get to know and shine for what you are doing. And how still and how we will found a powerful possibility. This is not the meaning of what we are doing for. This is not the meaning of how we would and how we will keep it right. We said sometime, guess what you want, it will be accepted. And it will be even definite. Don't trust in what you are trusting for. You will not have to explain it. If you say you mind it right, then you know how to give it. If you say, is it is still in your mind and say, right, you want to explain it, then it is what you have. Look at how you say it. I said I want to this and I want to show things and say that things happen and things have to be, and surely it have to be. But if not, it isn't. You can't trust what you don't have. Not. Surely it will be, and it will shine a differently. If you say that you want it, and it have to be, and it have to be happiness. Got this way and say that the things happen, and even to say that things is in a way to mind and to say that things are, and things are, and things have to be too. And no matter the way you say it, but it will be. But if you get a way to be trusted and to be even powerfully, definitely things and say that things happen and say that things right, then there you have a possibility and even to say that right. And no matter you will shine. Because it's still and have to be. If you say the contrary, this mean and will be another things. This I even say that I'm sure and you know it will maybe not be. Then how things will be. This is the way I mind things, and this is the way I think things can be. And even if you follow and if you said it right, you will be in a possibility and you will advise differently. So I shine sometime for nothing. This is a meaning. But how you will shine differently and said that this is right and you will keep it right and without to have to guess and other things what you what you got to know, Rain. And it's because of that I said it will not be so intelligent to accept and to say that you are in something and even to accept and learn and to say not for what you are want, for what you want and say that you don't want.